Hello and welcome to Byte Size Tech. I'm your host Rogue, and today a word from our sponsor Crypto.com, home of the Visa card that pays up to 8% in rewards and the app that pays you up to 14% annually on your crypto stake. Join more than 10 million users on the world's fastest growing crypto app as you trade with confidence on the world's fastest and most secure crypto exchange. Tech has more information and a special sign up offer at the end of this video.
For those of you who don't know, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, and now Windows 11 are all the same Windows. They're all the same kernel. The kernel has been updated, minor revisions, but they're all the same basic Windows. Windows XP to Vista was a big split. That was kernel 5 to kernel 6, if memory recalls. That was why Vista sucked, is because they changed the Windows driver model. Does
that mean that it shouldn't be that big of a deal?
No,
no. Well, hang on. You didn't let me finish my question.
I drink my coffee.
Okay. Does that mean
in my Diva cup.
Does that mean that it shouldn't be that big of a deal with the integration of Alder Lake, or just simply because Alder Lake platform is completely different that has to integrate into this Windows platform? Because, like, if Windows 11 was, like, say, kernel 7 or something completely different, and then in Alder Lake is completely different, you've got two completely different platforms coming together.
Alder Lake is not completely different. Alder Lake really only requires two things. Alder Lake requires that the Windows scheduler be updated to recognize the difference between different types of cores within the same system so that it doesn't treat all cores the same.
Right.
That is doable. That is not the end of the world.
So
it's a change, but it's not
where are they going to muff this up then? I mean, if Intel knows what it's doing and Microsoft knows what it's doing, why should the integration be so difficult?
Who says it's going to be? Here's where Alder Lake is an issue. We're diverging a bit because the Windows 11 issue is different than the Alder Lake issue. For those of you who don't know, Alder Lake is the upcoming 12th generation due to launch in October of this year. It's going to be on an LGA 1700 socket with a crap ton more pins. It is going to be on the Z690 motherboard. Yep. It's going to introduce support for DDR5, PCI Express 5, USB 4, and a bunch of other technologies that Intel is really pushing forward. It'll be very interesting to see. Zen 4 on AM5 from AMD isn't coming till second quarter next year.
Correct.
So Alder Lake is interesting because it's going to be 16 cores, 24 threads. And for those of you playing the home game, 24 is not twice 16.
No, it's
and
not.
That is because it is big little.
Yep.
It has 8 big cores. Think i9 9900K, 8 core, 16 threads, 5 gigahertz. And then it's going to have 8 little cores. Think
Itty bitty cores.
Think Atom cores. Although I think these are really Graysmont cores, but basically Atom cores. They're still x86. They still run x86 programs, but
they're not going to do the big tasks.
They'll run Windows Update in the background. They will play a YouTube video or a Twitch stream on a second browser window. They will, run antivirus scans in the background. They'll take care of all those tasks and leave your big cores free for your programs, games, etc. The little cores are not hyper-threaded.
No, but the big ones are, right?
Right, and they'll run at a lower clock speed.
Which is why it's 24, because...
Right, because the big cores are hyper-threaded.
So it'd be 816?
No, it's 1624. It's 16 true cores. So what was your question?
The 8 cores that are big.
Yes. Have 16 threads.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Which is where the 24 comes from.
Because 16 plus 8 is 24. Yes.
Math.
Ah, it's fantastic.
I hear 50 millimeter squared is.
Oh, shush. So here's the thing. If programs and Windows are not updated to recognize this, then they will randomly core hop. Windows already moves stuff between cores, both for thermal reasons and also for prefetch reasons. If one core is currently completing a task and another thing spools up, it'll stick it on in the next one. And you'll find that processes tend to core hop as the prefetchers go out and get stuff. There's this strange idea that people want their CPU running at 100%. It's like the conversation with the 6 cores versus 8 cores versus 12 cores. People go, oh, you don't need more than 6 cores for gaming. Well, on a completely clean test bench with nothing else going on, running a repetitive benchmark that's run 3 to 5 times to get a consistent, repeatable result, where the first result's thrown out because of prefetching and caching and everything else, no, you don't need more than 6 cores. I would agree with that statement. How many people just build a clean test bench and benchmark for a living?
No one.
YouTubers.
Oh, YouTubers.
YouTubers do.
5 people. Okay, 10 people.
I can name more than 10 YouTubers.
69?
42.
42.
So, one of the benefit of having a few extra cores is you also have a few extra prefetch buffers.
Yeah.
You have the ability to do more predictive calculations. Multitasking no longer requires a core to switch in and out of memory. People say, well, the multi-threaded performance of a Ryzen 5 5600X is really fast. It's almost as fast as an i9 9900K. Yeah, it is. But you know what's missing from that equation?
What?
Those multi-threaded tests are one program. Running Cinebench, running Blender is a single program with a single data set, and it's just per core performance times X cores. True multitasking, where you have 2 monitors and a game and a web browser and things running in the background, are different data sets. Mm-hmm. And
Correct.
even though a Ryzen 5 5600X will benchmark faster than an i9 9900K, in the real world where you're running 6 different programs, well, granted, if somebody does not do that and they have a clean machine, yes, the 5600X is faster. But you'll find that those 2 extra cores, Windows can spool up a task on an empty core.
Correct.
Each core has its own prefetch buffer and its own L1 and L2 cache.
Correct.
A single fast core has to dump the contents of its cache and load up a different program.
Yep.
And then dump the contents of its cache and go back to the other program. So multitasking, multi-threaded performance, and multitasking performance. Say that louder for the people in the back.
Are different.
Because of the prefetch buffers and the cache, multi-threaded performance with one program that will use all your cores doesn't need to dump all of the prefetch data and the cache for a different program.
Correct.
But if you're task switching,
Which
you have
is
to
which is multitasking.
which is multitasking, then it has to dump all of that. And one of the benefits of Alder Lake is you're getting 8 more cores that can be tasked individually. I have a great analogy.
What?
The shovel analogy. I've used this analogy in the past. It's been a little while, so let me give you the short version of the shovel analogy. Processors can be thought of as guys with shovels. Although now that it's 2021, I guess it could be girls with shovels, but go with it. So you have guys with shovels out in a field. You have them with shovels.
He, she, they.
The her, him, them. It. It's cousin it.
Cousin it.
It's cousin it with all the hair.
Cousin it with questions.
Casper the Friendly Ghost is out in the field with shovels.
There you go.
And each core is one person with a shovel. Clock speed is how fast he can flip the shovel. A doubling of clock speed lets you move the shovel twice as fast. You're trying to move dirt. IPC, or instructions per clock cycle, makes the size of the shovel bigger. You're doing more work with each scoop. Double your IPC, but half your clock speed, and the amount of dirt moved per second, minute, hour, day, whatever, is the same amount of dirt. If you have an 8-core CPU, it's like 8 people with shovels. Now, if you want to dig one very large hole in one spot, then all that really matters, number of people with shovels, size of shovels, speed of shovels. Largest number of shovelers times speed of shovels times size of shovels wins. What if you want to dig 5 holes in 5 different locations, and you have the fastest shoveler ever. He goes at warp speed. He can shovel at 20 gigahertz. He is so fast. She, whatever, they, stupid pronouns. No offense to anybody, but it is annoying. So the fastest shoveler ever.
Yep. But he's going to empty his whole shovel.
No, he has travel time. 5 holes in 5 different places has a travel time.
Latency. Lag.
And so with a core that has to unload its prefetch buffers and unload its L1 and L2 cache and has to go to a different spot and load something else from RAM, there is a wasted amount of work in doing so, a latency delay and a performance delay. If you had 5 people with slightly slower and slightly smaller shovels, but you could put 1 person at each hole, there's no travel time. They can beat a faster person who has to travel between 5 holes.
Hence i9900K versus 5600X.
Depends on what you're doing. So the benefit to Alder Lake, man, this is supposed to be a Windows 11 live stream, and here we are talking about Alder Lake. How'd that happen? So Alder Lake is meant to give you 8 more cores, 8 more execution units that can be tasked.
8 people shoveling holes.
But they are slower and they have smaller shovels. But imagine you need a massive hole dug here and 4 small holes dug at 4 other locations.
Mm-hmm. You can do that.
You can put your biggest, strongest, fastest shovelers here, and then you can send 1 shoveler to each of the 4 holes, and they do not interrupt the big shovel people. That's the concept of Alder Lake, which works great so long as the project foreman knows who the big shoveler guys are and the small shoveler guys.
That happens to be Windows.
Windows has to know this, and to some extent, programs need to know this.
Well, that's true.
Ideally, programs will become more core aware, and some are better behaved than others, but Windows 11 is supposed to come with a scheduler that understands Alder Lake, and it may very well be a required upgrade in order to install Alder Lake. Windows 10, they may just never bother putting the schedule on Windows 10. Well, they might for the long-term support versions. Yeah, they probably will. But they'll just expect everybody to update to 11.
Ian has tried 3 times to interrupt. Mr. Wafer interrupting person is here. What if your shoveler is only compatible with 1 group of shovelers? He's trying to come up with something smart to say. His other comment was, don't eat yellow snow.
How many of you have a Visa card that pays you up to 8% on every purchase? Crypto.com offers an amazing deal on their Visa card with cashback that is an unbeatable deal. No annual fee, no sign-up fee, no credit checks, no interest payments. It works just like a prepaid debit card, allowing you to spend your money anywhere Visa is accepted. But wait, there's more! Get your Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon Prime subscriptions 100% paid for by Crypto.com. You heard me right. Use your new Crypto Visa card to pay for your subscriptions and get 100% back in rewards. Earning 8% on your new Visa card is awesome, but how would you like to earn up to 14% interest on your crypto holdings? If you're holding crypto for investment, inflation protection, or price speculation, it can be frustrating to feel like your money is just parked. Yes, you really can earn up to 14% annual interest on your crypto, paid weekly directly to your account to spend however you like. The interest is paid in the same token that you're holding. So if you have Bitcoin staked, you earn Bitcoin. If you have Ethereum staked, you earn Ethereum, and so on. Flexible terms are offered, including 0 lock, so you can withdraw your crypto anytime you like without restrictions. Or you can hold for 1 or 3 month terms for a higher rate of return. Of course, you can buy, sell, and exchange 100 plus cryptocurrencies with 20 plus fiat currencies using bank transfers or your credit and debit card at true cost. Crypto.com is first and foremost a crypto exchange. There is so much more to explore. I have barely scratched the surface. DeFi features including a private wallet with full control of your private keys, margin and derivatives trading options for advanced traders, Crypto Credit allows you to borrow against your holdings with no deadlines or credit checks. Crypto NFTs allows you to explore the new world of non-fungible tokens. Crypto Pay allows you to pay any merchant with crypto and you earn up to 10% back in rewards. And that's not even everything they have to offer. If you're looking for the place to be in crypto, use our link in the video description below to sign up today. You'll get a $25 crypto sign-up bonus and 30 days of 0% transaction fees on credit and debit card purchases of crypto. It supports the channel and it gets you a great offer to get started in the world of crypto.